Hey, what's up, Andrew? This is a short demo video for you for your EvoFlex. Thanks for talking to me just now, but I like to do these anyway for my YouTube channel, and then just kind of a library for me to have my installs that I can refer back to, and then something also for you if you don't remember something that we talked about, or you know, something down the road, or if you decide to sell this, you've always got this to refer back to or shoot to someone else. But let's go over it like we haven't already. This is installed with the CFX. It's a 2-button setup. So I took all the original electronics out. I cut all of the wires off the back side of this clamp switch, and I drilled in 2 holes right here for these brass tactile switches. So your top one will be your activation, and then your bottom one is your auxiliary. This has a removable chassis, so you just get to it from the handle. Unscrew this handle, pops out like that. We did keep your metal sleeve, but the chassis will stick out about this far. What holds this chassis in place is I have a spacer in this handle. You may not be able to see it, but that never comes out. That actually assists in pushing everything forward and locking these pins in. So this has a removable chassis, and it uses the Smugglers Outpost switch PCB set. So your 14 pins are in there, and those never move. And then of course you got your other set right here that's actually in your chassis. I ran a strip of 4 pixels right here in your chassis so that I could light this mesh up, and they're wired in line with your blade. So they'll mimic whatever your blade does, whatever the color or the animation of your blade. These guys will set that off in this mesh as well. Removable battery. So spring side here will be the negative side of your battery. 24 millimeter Smugglers Outpost speaker. The board's not adhesed down the shelf, it's a press fit, so you can get to your SD card from here without ever moving the board. But if you wanted to get to your micro USB on the bottom, you just take a pair of tweezers or something and pop that up, do what you need to do, and then you can snap it back down. Most people like to get to the SD card rather than the micro USB, so I just set this up as a default where you can pop it out with your finger from here, just like that, and then pop it back in, no problem, right? The second part of this chassis you'll never see goes from about here to right here or so. That holds your other PCB set, it holds your wires for your 2 switches, and then it also holds, it's a holder for your CCSabers LED pixels right there. That's all in one piece. And that's held in by this grub screw. So you had these 2 grub screws already in this Saber. I just utilized this to hold that chassis in place. So don't ever mess with that guy. It locks everything down right here, and that's exactly the distance in there where it needs to be, so that you know, everything locks in tight and it works correctly. This top one though, that's your blade retention, right? So you'll want to use that for your blade. So we'll throw a battery in it.
I'm bringing Darth Vader's enemies to justice.
Take this guy and slide her in. You don't have to push hard when it stops, just go ahead and stop. The handle is what's going to do the rest of the work for you. So you'll get to about right there in the handle where you got that much left, and then you can feel those pins actually engaging from here and then locking it all down. Activation. Now you can see where you got those LEDs here. I couldn't wrap those LEDs all along here and get every piece of this mesh because I would have been going over the board. So 4 pixels is what I usually do on this setup, but it lights up pretty nice. And you've got your LEDs in there working like they should. Nice smooth swing. Auxiliary. You hold it down for blade lockup. Now you see you got that there, so you'll have that there too. And we'll throw a blade in. It takes a 1-inch diameter blade. So if you've got one of those, you're good to go. You will use your blade retention. Just like that. I gave you a little bit of a funky blade on here. Flash on clash. Tap for blaster deflex. You hold it down, you get blade lock up. Now while you've got this blade on, if you want to change color, hold down the auxiliary and twist your wrist. You hear that? Now you can twist the hilt and grab whatever color you like. So if we wanted this blue, once we found a color, we just tap a button. Just like that. Now I have a blue blade. Now you have that slight animation. You may see that on camera coming off. It goes about 3/4 of the way up the blade or so. If you want to change the animation of this blade, I gave you several different animations to choose from. Hold down the aux again and twist your wrist, but then this time keep the button held down. Keep holding it.
Blade profiles.
Now blade profiles, you can twist the saber again. And each click is a different animation. There's kind of a rainbow blade. We can pick a solid color. This is solid. I lost it. There's a lot on here. So this one right here, when you find one again, just tap a button. This one is a solid blade and it has a tracer, so that tracer will follow the blade when it retracts and then also when you ignite the blade. You saw that, and then it'll come back down, just like that. Several of those on here, they're solid colors, but they have like different pre-on and pre-offs. Just play around with those, see what you like. And that's it. To get to your sound fonts when the Saber's off, we'll just hold down the aux button.
Sound bank selection.
What is that bidding?
Exit menu.
What is that night for?
When you find one you like, hold a button down, either one. So now we're on that Nightfall font. Just like that. So we're gonna take the blade out. And then to take the battery out, super easy. Same thing we did to put it in. We'll just unscrew this guy. Chassis sticking out right there. Pull that guy right out. And then on this one, you can come in with your finger from the positive side and pull your battery right out. And then I just slide this back in here for safekeeping so it doesn't get damaged, and then put the handle back on. But yeah, that's your Evo Flex. I hope you like the way it came out. This is the second one that I've done like this. These are a lot of fun to go ahead and convert. Let me know if you got any questions. If not, this guy will go out in the mail to you Monday morning. Thanks.